Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. We're going to go over the full moon forecast. I know it's a little late. I should have had this out yesterday, but I was at flea market, so I wasn't able to do that. And my poor Patreons, I could not record. I had a really bad sore throat over the weekend, so I could not record their forecast. So everything is typed up for them. But today we're going to go over the full moon that was in Gemini. So let's talk about it real quick here. So this full moon will be today, the 27th. It happened at 4:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you put out your full moon water and your crystals last night, that's fine. You could still do it again this evening. Now this full moon is in the communicative sign of Mercury ruled Gemini. This is also called the beaver moon or frost moon. I'm sorry about the cat. All right, moving on here. Now, this is also called the beaver moon or frost moon, and it can refer to the season's first frost. This is also a time when people can set traps. Like back in the day, they set traps before the waters froze to collect water. Many of us, and myself included here, we take the time to prepare the home for winter and the cooler days that are coming. Now, the Gemini full moon will be all about communication, short trips, writing, getting your point across to others, and conversations of curiosity and intrigue. Anything dealing with transportation, wheels, the postal service could make headlines. Setbacks and dangers of the mental process are possible with miscommunications, issues like that. Family, gossip, and siblings may get in touch with negative news. So just be prepared for that these next few weeks. This is also where we could hear of issues with transportation and travel delays. A lot of people are coming back today or yesterday from their long 4-day weekend. So we could experience, let's hope not, but sometimes with a Gemini full moon, it does bring on some sort of delays, problems with communication, accidents. With many traveling for the holiday weekend, it is advised that you leave early, travel on the defense, and watch the road very, very carefully. This full moon energy can produce transportation issues of all sorts, so just be aware. Full moons are all about completing things and bringing situations or issues to an end. You should refrain from purchasing any new cars these next 2 weeks. Used is okay. Or any type of electronic equipment such as phones, PCs, laptops, etc. These should all wait until the new moon in December. Now, used and refurbished, perfectly fine. Now, the Postal Service could bring news, so do expect delays with packages and mail and possible issues with media, broadcasting, and publications. It will be the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that will feel this energy the strongest, but also those souls born with the sun, moon rising, or dragon's head and tail in Gemini. And of course, the sun sign of Sagittarius feels this as well. Please remember that this can be a very difficult, stressful, sad, lonely, and even depressing time of year for many people. With the moon in Gemini, we always want to think before we speak. We have no idea what others are going through. And these next 2 weeks, compassion will be key. And I say that on a side note because we don't realize when we're in the Gemini moon energy, sometimes we just talk and talk and talk and not realize what we're saying. So put a little forethought into your words. As like I said, this is a very difficult time of year. There are a lot of lonely people. There are a lot of people that hate this time of year. And compassion is key, like I said. All right, my magical folk. I'm sorry I cannot talk very well today. Very congested. Magical folk. Now, Gemini full moons are perfect for any travel protection talismans and travel by wheel. So, I'm going to share something with Patreon. It's one of my most popular TikToks, um, showing you how to do a travel talisman. We've done these before, but Patreon, I'm going to give it to you first. Um, workings to deal with better communication, writing, and publishing work well under Gemini energy. Now, this can also be a good time to promote health and healing ailments of the arms, the hands, the shoulders, the lungs, and of course the respiratory system, as that's what Gemini rules. This can be a very beneficial time to stop gossip and slander too. And so where I'm going with this is, if you're having issues with that, a Gemini full moon is perfect for a shut the fuck up spell. Just saying. Happy magic making. Now, these next few weeks will be filled with a fast pace, speedy like energy where the world seems to be very unbalanced and in a hurry and going here and moving here and this, that, and the other. People will be speaking faster, driving quicker, focusing less. And I hate to say it, but this energy does make a lot of us feel like we have a little bit of ADHD. Okay, and I'm not, I know people with that, myself included. So if you do have ADHD, and it seems to be intensifying, this would be why. Because we are creatures of the moon. We are focused by the moon. So um, if you're feeling this energy, know that it will pass, okay? But yes, this does create an energy where we cannot focus. We have a hard time concentrating. Maybe we're fidgety, we can't sit still. Welcome to the wonderful world of Gemini. Now, there will be several days of caution these next few weeks as we focus on moonic energy around the 30th, with bad weather, active fault lines, volcanoes, forced relocations, and sometimes endings and beginnings to wars. Then we have a very large platonic window ahead around the 9th, and that's going to be filled with all kinds of chaos, terrorism, mass shootings, death, drama, and chaos. Please avoid any large crowds, events, and unfamiliar people. This is also, I should have put this in the newsletter, but I didn't. You know the drill. For those of you who've been around me long enough, uh, check your bank accounts as well, because this is where fraud will happen. And feel free to join Patreon. There's a little link here. For $5 a month, get all the dates and the zodiac forecast. Enjoy these next few weeks, but also be aware of the theft, the fraud, and try to avoid going into unnecessary debt. For the only ones that win are the big corporations. And I think the people are speaking. It's not going to be a very good fourth quarter for a lot of these large companies. Shop small businesses and less corporate places for all your holiday shopping. I want to wish you all a very blessed full moon to you all, and have fun and be safe.